Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get into it. All right. So as everybody comes into the room, make sure you guys bang on that like button. All right. Also, make sure that you guys share the video out. All right. If you're not subscribed to my backup channels, take a moment. Make sure that you guys subscribe to the backup channels. Watch the streams and the videos all the way through to the end and hit those links at the end of the video, as well as it'll take you into the premiere window of another video. So make sure once you guys get there, you smash that like button and you hit that bell early. All right. Also, make sure that you guys check out my other social media. Blacklight Revelations C19 Report has its own special social media. So make sure that you guys hit the about page here and make sure that you guys hit the description box so that you're all subbed up. And remember, if you have content that you're interested in me doing, the best way to get it to me is through Patreon, which Patreon is in the description box as well as in the chat. It helps your boy move toward his goal of independence. And we got Sugar Bum, Hey Mr. Knickerbocker, and Carla in the building. What up with y'all? So this is what we've been talking about, y'all. They did it. They called it yesterday. Biden administration declares monkeypox a public health emergency. What now? What's gonna happen now? Shouts out to my man AB Promotions. What up with it, bro? So now let me ask you guys this. What's gonna happen now? What's the results of this gonna be? You guys think that YouTube is gonna wipe my channel? Who knows? The monkeypox outbreak that has infected more than 6,600 people in the United States. And remember what I said, guys. Anytime you guys see a 33 or a 66, just pay extra attention. Look at what we got there. 6,600 and 6,600. Got a 66. Is a public health emergency, the Biden administration declared Thursday, a move that could make it easier to tap funding. What do you guys think about that? Isn't that what we said? This would become a grab bag type situation. There you go. So basically what's going to happen with this is that funding has been freed up. The declaration came more than a week after the head of the World Health Organization on July 23rd said the extraordinary situation qualifies as a global emergency. Now, we've done this multiple times, and while we're talking about this, we'll probably always do this. But my question for everybody is, do you all consider monkeypox a global emergency? If you guys do, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't, give me a thumbs down. Shouts out to AB Promotions. What up with it, bro? Shouts out to my man Black Manta, and shouts out to Emmanuel. And yes, absolutely. If you guys have not hit that like button, make sure that you guys smash that like button. All right, make sure that you guys smash that like button. So now here it says the administration has been criticized for not moving more quickly. I think that that's a valid critique. We were criticizing them when this first came out. We were asking the question, why are they not paying more attention to this? This is a problem. The United States of America is the country that proudly flies the LGBTQ flag as its alma mater. And that's the population that monkeypox is really affecting. How dare the United States not pay attention to this disease? My man Black Manta says, yo, I'm going to a Comic-Con today here in San Antonio. Should I be worried? I don't know. What's going on in San Antonio? You know what they say, though. if you're black and you're in the United States, you should be two things: worried and prepared. That's just what they say, though. You know what I'm saying? Thursday's move is intended to get ahead of the virus spread. Yeah, I think we're a little late. I think we're a little late. You know how you show up to the party and there's a Saran wrap with a bunch of food all over it, but there's no food left in the trays, and there's no more alcohol, and there's nothing but a bunch of weed crumbs in the bottom of the bag, and everybody's passed out, and a couple lights have burnt out, and it's just trash all over the floor. You guys, has that ever happened to you guys? That's where the United States is when it comes to monkeypox. So, Sugar Bum, you said that you read that it's not sexually transmitted, huh? That's interesting. How is it transmitted then? So now here it says while the disease is being transmitted primarily among men who have sex with men, well, there's that. Former U.S. Surgeon General, what timing? Former U.S. Surgeon General Jerome Adams told USA Today on July 21st, it's only a matter of time before the outbreak spreads in the population more broadly. And I agree. I definitely agree. So now here it says the declaration allows the federal government to move faster to combat the outbreak and stigma against the community of men who have sex with men. I didn't know that there was such a community. I thought it was called the LGBTQ community. We nobody. Never mind. I'm not somebody that eats everybody's food. I'm sure you all have heard, a lot of black women in the past in your lives say, "Honey, you can't eat everybody's collard greens." I know I've had some that have said that to me. You know what I'm saying? And it's true. You know what I mean? In my community, I don't know if my community is neighboring any community of men who have sex with men, but if there's a welcome or a move-in party, I definitely won't be eating any of that cake. Okay? So, you know, just just saying. Not to call myself an asshole or anything, but if someone does call somebody an asshole, they're probably talking to the neighbor. Just saying. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. So now here it says this is a very clear statement of the value of the lives of people who are in the LGBTQ community, he said. It also represents an important commitment by the administration to the community. Another example of how the administration hopes to make aggressive action is seeking to extend the reach of available vaccinations. What happened to all the vaccinations that they had at the beginning of this? Ladies and gentlemen, what happened to all the vaccines that they had at the beginning of this? Shouts out to my man DJ Elmo. They said that monkeypox can be transmitted through droplets, but droplets and airborne aren't the same thing. Droplets aren't the same thing. Although supplies of Genco's vaccine have fallen short of demand, administration officials said they expect more to be available soon. Now, what happened to all the smallpox vaccines that we're supposed to be using? And now my question is why and now here's something that I'm kind of confused about. Why is it that only certain demographics of people have access to the vaccine? If we're going to ignore what evidence says, because evidence says that the disease is spreading faster through certain populations, then why is only that population eligible for vaccines as of right now? There's many different ways that it can be transmitted, Sugar Bum. The problem is that mucous membrane to mucous membrane makes up 95% of the cases. I don't know where you're getting your information from, but it's definitely not the CDC, which is where you want to get your information from. You want to either get it from the CDC, the WHO, or even better, the UK Health Administration, the United Kingdom Health Administration, because London is the epicenter of monkeypox. Here in the United States, New York City is the epicenter of it. So now, just because a particular population of people spread the disease faster, that doesn't mean that it's not being spread through that particular vehicle, which is one of the reasons why we talked about those circumcision practices that particular community does. Because yes, herpes spreads multiple different ways. However, if there's a localized herpes spread, like what was going on with those infants, then we need to see why it spread. So what's been going on is that the United States media has been putting out false information about the spread of monkeypox to protect a certain population. And now this is why we have what we have. And that certain population is upset because they claim that they haven't been serviced properly, which maybe if they would calm down on the service, the disease wouldn't be spreading as quickly as it is. So now here it says, in addition to doses on order from manufacturer Bavarian Nordic, which we'll talk about Bavarian Nordic later, Dr. Robert Califf, head of Food and Drug Administration, said Thursday that his agency is considering the way that the vaccine is administered. By injecting the vaccine just below the skin, the same amount of vaccine could yield as many as 5 times as many doses, Califf said in a news conference on Thursday. Now, here's my question. When you inject a vaccine just below the skin, what's the name of that delivery method? What's the name of the delivery method if you inject the vaccine just below the skin? Give me the name of the delivery method. If you guys don't know the name of the delivery method, put in an angry face. The emergency declaration means the agency can dispense with some requirements to expedite the new approach. Now, my question is, why are LGBTQ people, LGBTQ men in particular, prioritized if their lifestyle has nothing to do with the vaccine or nothing to do with the disease or nothing to do with the spread? If that lifestyle has nothing to do with the spread, then why is that population prioritized? Why isn't everybody prioritized? Below the skin is inoculation. It's called a transdermal or subdermal injection. It's the same way you do a MAN2 test for tuberculosis, subdermal or transdermal. All right. The way you inject insulin is called subcutaneous. So now the disease, a milder cousin of smallpox, was first found in the US in mid-May. You guys remember where it was found at in the United States? And do you remember how it got here? Let's backtrack how it got here, because this is how disease continues to spread. How did smallpox get to the United States and where did it originate? Where did smallpox start and how did it originate? And where was the first place that it was at here in the United States? And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys haven't smashed the like button on the video yet, take a moment. Make sure that you guys smash the like button. Also, make sure that you guys share the video out. Facts. Started in Denmark. Copenhagen, to be precise. Here in the United States, the first case of it was in Boston, Massachusetts. And it was in Boston, Massachusetts, in an LGBTQ individual who came from Europe, where it's spreading wildly, and it's all been traced back to sex parties. If we can't listen to the CDC for information, if we can't look at the WHO for information, if we can't compare that information to the UK administration or even the EU website, how do we do any epidemiology? How do we do it? Now, this is absurd, but whatever. We're going to look at the same study that the doctor looked at real quick. Monkeypox virus infection in humans across 16 countries from April through June. This is from the New England Journal of Medicine. Abstract. Before 2022, monkeypox virus infection in humans was seldom reported outside of African regions where it's endemic. Currently, cases are occurring worldwide. Transmission, risk factor, clinical presentation, and outcomes of the infection are poorly defined. All right, now here's the results of it. We report 528 infections diagnosed between April 27th and June 24th of 2022 at 43 sites in 16 countries. Overall, 98% of the persons with infections were gay or bisexual men, 75% of which whom were white. Transmission was suspected to have occurred in sexual activity in 95% of the persons with infection. What is the problem with just saying that? This is an academic journal from the New England Journal of Medicine. Why can't we just say it? What is the goddamn problem? The reason why I say it is because I don't want these people to have to suffer from this. I don't want anybody to have to suffer from it. Not because I'm making fun of people. When I'm making fun of people, I make sly remarks and sarcastic remarks. When I'm trying to deliver information to help people, I try to deliver it accurately. This study was published on July 21st of 2022. Monkeypox virus DNA was detected in 29 of the 32 persons in whom semen was analyzed. In this case, 95% of the persons presented with a rash, with 64% having greater than 10 lesions. 73% had anogenital lesions. 41% had mucosal lesions, with 54 having a single genital lesion. When you're going to a gas pump, do you pump the gas with your dick or do you pump it with your hands? When you're counting money, do you divide the bills with your balls or do you do it with your hands? Yes, you can get it through contact. The vehicle that's currently spreading it at the most rapid rate is men who have sex with men. And the viral DNA has been found, as the study says, in semen. What are we unclear about here? What are we unclear about? Like I don't understand. You never know if any of those women that you love could love somebody that loves men. You know what I mean? Crypto. What's up with it, by the way, bro? So now back to this. Monkeypox is transmitted person to person, usually through close contact with infected skin lesions or recently contaminated objects such as sheets and clothing. Interesting. Not a butthole, huh? Okay. Nearly all cases reported in the United States, US, have come through male to male sexual contact. Again, what are we doing here? You know? Yeah. You want some 93 unleaded? Okay. Pop the gas tank open. Let me unzip my pants. I'll get it in there real quick. Like, seriously? That's not how that's happening. Vaccines can be used to prevent monkeypox both before and after exposure, but there haven't been enough available. Now, again, I got to ask the question, why not? Remember, they had the stockpiled smallpox vaccines. They had the stockpiled smallpox vaccine. As of Thursday, the Biden administration had shipped more than 600,000 doses of Jynneos monkeypox vaccines across the country. Unlike C19, monkeypox is not a new disease and it's not as transmissible, but officials are running into some of the same issues combating monkeypox that they faced at the start of the last pandemic. I don't understand how that's possible. For example, testing for monkeypox was initially difficult in the U.S. because laboratories were not equipped for it. Now, I disagree. I disagree with this. COVID-19 had tests readily available where you could test for COVID-19. The problem is that doctors not being able to identify monkeypox beyond the skin lesions is a problem because it deters people from getting current treatment. Most videos that you see of people that have late-stage monkeypox, their doctors missed it on the initial visit. Doctors were easily diagnosing COVID because of the rapid tests. That's false. Doctors need more training, and doctors need to be more highly suspicious of monkeypox. I completely disagree with this first comment here. It says, unlike COVID-19, monkeypox is not a new disease, and it's not as transmissible. Now, I agree with that, but officials are running into some of the same issues combating monkeypox they faced at the start of the pandemic. For example, testing. They don't have rapid tests for monkeypox, but monkeypox, it presents with external symptoms. Many times, COVID-19 does not, other than somebody coughing and having a fever, which a fever can be associated with monkeypox. So why is it that the doctors are failing to diagnose? That's the problem. That's one of the major problems, in my opinion, if you ask me. But as usual, when I give my opinion, nobody asks me. So there's that. Today, only about 10% of U.S. testing capacity is being used, according to the CDC director, Rochelle Walensky. Identifying cases of monkeypox through testing and then contact tracing remains a key to stopping community spread. I disagree. Early identification before testing and preventative measures will stop community spread. I disagree with that. Early identification of monkeypox, pre-infection vaccination, and education on how to prevent the spread with things like condoms and abstinence, as well as washing your hands, washing your clothing. The only reason why I feel the concentration should be put on LGBTQ people is because within that community, and it's not all LGBTQ people, it's the specific group of male LGBTQ people who are going to these European boy brothels. The ones who swim in the pools full of male hair and sweat and bathe in boy brew, those are the ones that need to be cautious. I don't know. Next time you go to Sweatfest 2022, wrap yourself up in a body-sized Trojan. I don't know. But what you need to do is you need to put a barrier between yourself and whatever fluids may contain the virus. That's what you got to do. Yep. And I got CDC stuff pulled up. Actually, as of right now, I got the New York Health Department pulled up. We'll look at that in a little bit, Sugar Bum. And real quick, shouts out to everybody that's in here watching. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. If everybody could take a moment, smash that like button and share the video out. All right. We got 22 people watching. All right. That'd be really nice if I get this channel to 1,000 subs. If I don't, I don't. I just like doing this kind of content. But honestly, I like doing this kind of content a lot more than I like doing some of the other content that I do. So it would be cool if this channel could actually get to 1,000 subs. So it could actually be worth it to do more with this channel. Let me see. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, we got 21 live viewers. Shouts out and thank you very much. If you're not subscribed, hit the bell. And we got 14 likes. If everybody can smash that like button and get us to 35 likes, you guys would be amazing, which you already are. According to WHO Director Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, vaccines are also an important strategy, he said when declaring the global emergency. Vaccines. But what I don't understand is why they want to do post-infection vaccines instead of pre-infection vaccines. I don't get that. Does that make any sense? So now they asked the question, why declare an emergency? So now what I want to ask you guys is, why do you all feel that they declared an emergency? Shouts out to my man Jay Bird. What up with it, bro? Why do you all feel that they declared an emergency, guys? Give me the scoop. Why did they declare an emergency? Let me know. Declaring the virus a public health emergency raises awareness, frees up money, and removes some bureaucratic barriers, and enables the federal government to collect more data, as if they need to do that. From states on the outbreak, officials said on Thursday. It also allows the FDA to quickly change the way the vaccine is administered, vastly increasing the number of shots available. So that must be what they're talking about with that transdermal injection that they want to do. Yeah, looking for a hazmat suit to go to Comic-Con, huh? So now, who's eligible for vaccination? Who's eligible for vaccination, guys? You guys know who's eligible for vaccination? Anybody know? If you guys know who's eligible for vaccination, put it in the comment section. Who's eligible for vaccination? Let me know if you guys can hear me too. If you guys can hear me, give me a thumbs up in the comment section. If you guys can't hear me, give me a thumbs down. Okay? You guys able to hear me? If you guys can hear me, give me a thumbs up. If you guys can't hear me, give me a thumbs down. So now here it says the people at the highest risk for infection are being prioritized for vaccination, including people living with HIV, men who have sex with men, and people who are already eligible for preventative HIV therapy, Walensky says. Okay, what community is this? What community of people is that? Shout out to Maine. What up with it, bro? And so now my question is, if this has nothing to do with sexual transmission, why is this the vaccination eligibility? You see? Gotta ask yourself these questions. That includes about 1.7 million Americans, she said. About 600,000 doses have been made available, and nearly the same number is due to arrive shortly, administration officials said. If you have the opportunity to get the Genos vaccine, please consider getting it immediately, Caliph said. Delivering the vaccine to a shallower layer of the skin would allow 5 people to be vaccinated from the same vial that is used for each person. Caliph said the new route administration is just as easy to deliver as well as safe and effective. That's interesting. We're very confident about the administration of the dose. The FDA will make a final decision about whether to change the shots within the next few days, he said. Now, that's interesting because they can make the unit price higher per unit of vaccine. If they do that, they've just broken the dose. They just broken a vial down into how many doses now? So that's something to think about. So now here it says the FDA will make a final decision about whether to change the shots within the next few weeks, he said. Now, here's my question. Let's just put this out here. Let's just get it on the table. And when they come out with this and they have the information about it, we'll talk about it. Are they going to change it? Are they going to change the dose? We already know that they are. We already know they're going to do that. We know they're going to do it. What about the treatments? An antiviral called TPOX is also available to patients with monkeypox, though it has sometimes been hard to access during the outbreak. TPOX was initially approved to treat smallpox, which kills 30 to 50% of its victims, and has only been studied in healthy people, not those who are infected with monkeypox. Caleb said it's critical to collect data on how the antiviral is performing during the outbreak, and the FDA is planning a clinical trial now. So remember, they're planning on using all this stuff, and they don't even have clinical trials. Yeah, they stretching it out like drugs for real. Now, we all know about the monkeypox symptoms. We've been over this a million times. If you guys haven't seen the other videos, make sure that you guys look at the other videos. Now, you got this right here. Now, this is interesting, right? This is a very interesting title to an article. Monkeypox is not a gay disease, but LGBTQ leaders say they need more help for gay men and everybody else. What does that mean? Okay, I want you guys to read this. Monkeypox is not a gay disease. Hold that thought, okay? Monkeypox is not a gay disease. That was the title of that article. Okay. So we have to bring the study back up from the New England College of Medicine. Monkeypox infection in humans across 16 countries again. Transmission was suspected to have occurred in sexual activity in 95% of the persons with the infection. "98% of the persons infected were gay or bisexual men." 98% is indicative of it not, quote, being that kind of disease. What do you consider 98%? I mean, Jesus Christ. What is 98% for Christ's damn sake? Jesus. What is 98%? I mean, at at the very least, we can say that 98% is a majority. I mean, it clearly is a problem that clearly disproportionately affects that community. Clearly. They don't have any other statistics for any other demographic that show that dominant of an effect. Like, what is the damn problem? Well, I mean, isn't that entire thing a loss of religion per se? Religion has some pretty strict rules about that kind of stuff, but that's neither here nor there. And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if everybody in here could smash that like button, that would be great. Also, how many people have done the survey? That's in the chat. If you guys did the survey, that's in the chat. Drop a radiation emoji. If you haven't, take a moment to do that. Okay. This is an abstract of a academic journal that was written, and it's archived in the National Library of Medicine. Okay. This is an article that comes from Future Viral. This article was written February 1st of 2013. And it's a review of experimental and natural infections of animals with monkeypox virus between 1958 and 2012. Okay. Abstract. Monkeypox virus was discovered in 1958 during an outbreak in an animal facility in Copenhagen, Denmark. And the story stops. And the story stops. So now people look at me like I'm crazy when I call this disease European monkeypox. I don't just call it European monkeypox because it was found at a European penis party. Okay? I call it European monkeypox because it was originally discovered in Denmark, Copenhagen, to be exact, in 1958. And somehow magically, viruses do this thing called translocation. Magically, it ended up in Africa. Nowhere else. It ended up in Africa. Didn't end up in, Russia. It didn't end up in India. It didn't end up in South America. Ended up in Africa. What you'll find when you read the information about monkeypox is that they leave that part out. And my question for you guys is why? Why is that part left out? Shouts out to my man Keldrick. What up with it, bro? Why is that part left out, guys? Why doesn't anybody ever bring that up? Why doesn't Matt Walsh do a video on it? Since he's the historian these days. When is Matt Walsh gonna make a video about the origin of European monkeypox? Is my question. What you need to know about the history of monkeypox. Mirrored in misconception, the pox virus is endemic in certain African countries, but was rarely reported in Europe and the US until recently. It was rarely reported, including when it was first discovered in Europe. Since it was first identified in a colony of monkeys in Copenhagen in 1958, monkeypox has been largely looked over by the Western world, which is more evidence that Black lives don't matter. Never let a white person tell you otherwise. An infectious pox virus that causes fevers, chills, and rashes. The disease is endemic or consistently regionally present in 10 African countries. Now, how does it get to Africa from Copenhagen? And why is there no research or evidence or articles or anything on that? Because I tell you what, I've scanned the internet up and down to find just exactly how, for one, a colony of monkeys gets to Copenhagen. But second of all, how that colony of monkeys then gets back to Africa, because it didn't affect Africans. Those monkeys gave it to rodents, vermin. And then the vermin passed it on to the African people. They didn't pass it on by jumping in and out of manholes like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles do. Okay? It's not how it went down in Africa. That's why the spread is so much more slow there. Until recently, however, it was rarely found in Europe and the Americas, a trend that has historically led Western public health officials to disregard its spread elsewhere. And I think a little pinch of white supremacy along with that we're just not going to mention in the article. Because why would we mention it in the article? Kendrick said, good one. That's hilarious. Like I said, they need to maybe put some kind of preventative measures in front of those parties. Because all of these cases have been traced back to those parties. So, in my opinion, monkeypox is also giving the whole LGBTQ community a bad stigma. Because when they talk about this, they're not sectioning off that particular group that participates in the group sexual parties, which is where it's spreading. LGBTQ partner couples that engage in regular LGBTQ partner coupling, like how heterosexual couples do, I guarantee you, if they did a separate study, those people would have lower risks. Their risks would be similar to heterosexual people. It would be similar. But they haven't done a study like that. And they need to. Because it's not fair, in my opinion, to look at an entire community as if the entire community is engaging in that particular type of degeneracy. Because let's not get it twisted. Anybody running trains all over the place is degenerate. We're talking about a specific human centipede here. You know what I'm saying? So they need to report that. So now this is what's going on in New York, and this is from New York Health Department. Okay. And transmission is important. And we're going to look at prevention as well. Okay. And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shouts out to all 24 people that are watching. All right. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel, take a moment, hit the bell. All right. Also, if you haven't smashed that like button, please make sure you guys smash that like button and get us to 43 likes. Remember, guys, every channel, every video, we got a goal of 100 likes. So help your boy get there. Okay. In the current outbreak, the monkeypox virus is spreading mainly during oral, anal, and vaginal sex. I mean, this is right on the New York Health Department page. I mean, this isn't some made up ass shit. This is the New York Department of Health. NYC Health. Transmission. Right up top. In the current outbreak, the monkeypox virus is spreading mainly during oral, anal, and vaginal sex. In the current outbreak, literally the first sentence after transmission, literally the first sentence on the NYC Health page, which NYC is even a very liberal state that's very friendly to LGBTQ people. They're saying it right there. Prevention. All right? Prevention. Because this is what we need to do is prevent it. We need to prevent the spread. The best way to protect yourself from monkeypox is to avoid sex. But it's not sexually transmitted. But the best way to protect yourself is to avoid sex and other intimate contact with multiple or anonymous partners. Literally what I've been saying since day one, since before anybody else said this. Now it's number one. Yet, my channel only has 252 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Let that marinate. Seriously. Like, seriously, let that marinate. Just saying. Is that YouTube? What is that? What if YouTube had distributed my content earlier? You know? If you choose to have sex or other intimate contact, the following can help reduce your risk. Reduce your number of partners, especially those you do not know or whose recent sexual history you don't know. And literally what we've been saying. Again, this is the first bullet point. Avoid sex parties. I mean, there you go. Avoid sex parties. I don't know what else can be said. Hey, you want to go to the sweat pit with me this week? Nah, I'm okay. I'm going to sit it out this week. I'm going to grab my pink dildo and sit this one out. Circuit parties. Hey, man. You want to plug in this week? Nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay. I'm all right. You know. And other spaces where people are having sex and other intimate contact with multiple people. Come on, ride the train and ride it. Come on, ride the train and ride it. If you feel like getting monkeypox, it's up to you. Come on, ride that train and ride it. It's a boo-boo train. Come and ride the train and ride it. Don't take the train this weekend. Walk. You know what I'm saying? Some other songs that you might want to listen to that might help you prevent monkeypox. You need to cool it down. Before you lose control. If you choose to have sex or other intimate contact while sick, cover all rashes and sores with clothing or sealed bandages. Now, that's how you end up spreading it through clothing. This may reduce spread from contact with the rashes or sores, but other methods of transmission may still be possible. And that's what I was talking about you can still possibly spread it if, you know, the clothes are soaked. Yeah, exactly, Val. Can someone make some bumper stickers? I want to put one on my windshield that says "Stop the orgies." Oh, what are you talking about? If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you're all right. You know what I'm saying? If you throw something at my car, then you were the one that needed to read it. You know what I'm saying? Since it's possible that the virus can be transmitted through semen, use latex condoms during sex. There you go. Do not share towels, clothing, fetish gear, whatever God's name that is, sex toys or toothbrushes. I mean, like, sex toys and toothbrushes should never be in the same damn sentence. Sex toys and toothbrushes should never be in the same damn sentence. Wash your hands, fetish gear, and bedding. Sex toys should be washed after each use or sex act. I mean, that. There you go. There it is. I mean, that's a mic drop. You know what I'm saying? There it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is right on the New York City Health website. Okay. I don't think it is. It should be common sense, Maine. It should be. But it's not, though. Like, that's what's so dangerous. It's not. And, like, my question is, how is it not, though? Like, how is it not common sense, man? Out here sounding like Joe Biden. How is it not common sense, man? You know what I mean? How is it not? How are we living in denial? I don't know how we're living in denial, but we are. We are absolutely living in denial, ladies and gentlemen. So now, I got another question for everybody. The first question is, are you all subscribed to Crimecast? If you're not subscribed to Crimecast, make sure you guys take a moment and go over there to that channel. Also, if you guys are not subscribed to Just Talking with TD and Rob, hit that channel up. If there's any moderators in the chat that are available to drop the links to the Crimecast channel as well as to Just Talking with TD and Rob, make sure that you guys do that, okay? Pfizer's second quarter profit reaches $9 billion. COVID-19 vaccine treatment propel quarterly sales record. Somebody's making money. All that paycheck to paycheck stuff we were talking about on the other channel earlier, whoever is up in here getting a piece of this $9.9 billion is not dealing with that now, are they? They're not dealing with that now, are they? That's a whole lot of money, isn't it? Now, why am I showing you this? I'm showing you this because I got a question that I want to ask you guys. Okay. And the question that I want to ask you guys is, what government officials do you all think are invested in Pfizer? How many? And who do you think they are? Because in my opinion, that's something that should be paid very close attention to. Now, am I just paranoid? Or do you guys think that there's some method behind my madness here? Is there a method behind my madness? Is there a reason why I'm saying that? Or am I just crazy? Shout out to my man AB Promotions. Appreciate it. I'm gonna try to do an episode of Crimecast today. If not, I'm gonna do some more tomorrow. But there's some stuff I want to get caught up on over there that I think you guys need to see. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, here's the link. If you guys aren't subscribed to that channel, make sure you guys take a moment, hit the link, and go over there. All right. We're gonna look at some money. We're gonna look at some money numbers. Sales of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine and treatment in the second quarter propelled the pharmaceutical giant to the largest quarterly sales in history. Somebody's doing good. Damn, man. Pfizer made a lot of money. Gas companies are making a lot of money. It seems like there's a kind of business that makes a lot of money when Democrats have total power over the government, doesn't it? What kind of pattern are we seeing here? It seems like there's always some kind of economic crisis when Democrats are in office. During the Obama administration, there was a bank bailout where banks got mad money. The automotive industry got mad money. Pharmaceutical companies are getting mad money. Gas companies are getting mad money. Everybody's getting mad money except us. 36% of people making $250,000 are living paycheck to paycheck. The average amount of savings is decreasing. But Pfizer had a record-setting amount of quarterly sales. I guess what COVID did in damage to some people, it did in building some people up. At least that's what the evidence says. That's what it looks like. Isn't that what it looks like to you guys? What it look like to me? Is that what it looks like to you guys? What it look like to me? Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, we got 21 live viewers. Shouts out to everybody that's watching. If everybody can smash that like button, it'll get us to 43 likes. I need all those. Smash that like button. The coronavirus vaccine, Comirnaty, brought in $8.85 billion in sales. And the treatment Plaxavid, which me and TD talked about on our live stream yesterday, another $8.12 billion, as the company revenues totaled $27.74 billion. What do you think they're going to do with all that money? What do you guys think they're going to what do you guys think they're going to do with all of that money? That's a lot of money. How do you guys feel about that? Some people are losing their families out here, family members dying. But somebody is out here getting over like a fat rat in a cheese factory. Somebody out here getting over like a fat rat in a cheese factory. Pfizer said Thursday that it earned $9.91 billion, or $1.73 per share in the quarter. Its adjusted earnings were $2.04 per share. Analysts expected earnings of $1.75 per share on the $26.32 billion in sales. Pfizer Inc., based in New York, also boosted the low end of its 2020 earnings forecast. It now expects adjusted earnings of $6.30 to $6.45 per share. The previous forecast was $6.25 and $6.45 per share. It still predicts revenue between $98 billion and $102 billion. That's a lot of money, guys. That's a lot. What do you guys think? Shout out to my man Keldrick. My man Keldrick joined Crimecast. If you guys have joined Crimecast, throw a radiation emoji in the chat. I'm telling you, you guys love that channel. Go binge watch those videos over there. Analysts polled by FactSet forecast full year earnings of basically, we're going to skip past that, $102.35 billion. So this goes into some pretty technical stuff, which I don't really think that we need to, dive into too deeply. But you guys get the main idea. COVID is out here making somebody rich. COVID is out here making somebody rich, y'all. COVID is out here making somebody big bucks. While more Americans than ever are living paycheck to paycheck. So they say that the average attention span has decreased to about, 3 minutes. Well, maybe that's because the economy is so bad that most Americans can't afford to pay attention. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you already know what to do. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you binge watch those videos. Hit those buttons at the end of the videos. Share the videos out. Tell a friend. I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right? Peace.